Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why your higher self will start let's say becoming more relevant when you go on NoFap. And while you'll have greater insight to, let's say, the divine, and your subconscious will just, like, let's say, manifest things a lot quicker. The thing is, like, if you desire something, you're basically telling the Most High that you don't have it. Desire is pretty much the reason why you can't, let's say, manifest anything, because desire, it means like there's a gap between where you are and what you want. And this is a big problem. If you like use things like affirmations and things like that, if you say like I will, that pretty much is indicating that you don't have. And if you don't have, you'll never get it. So the best thing to do is use the words I am, and then feel how you feel if you've already accomplished what you want, and then hold that quote unquote vibration, hold that mood, hold that feeling at the beginning, even if it may look like you're being delusional, and things will start panning themselves out. Because the thing is, if you hold a clear and mental image of somebody, something, a circumstance, a situation, a picture, a house, or something like that, you hold that vision, it's going to find its way to you eventually. It has to. This is the law. It has to. So, I mean, knowing this now, every single person that comes into your reality, there is no coincidence about it. They're either here to tell you something, you learn a lesson from them, or you see something in you that is in them. And this is pretty much how things go. So, I mean, if you really want different circumstances, different situations, a new, let's say, reality, you're gonna have to hold the reality of what you really want, and then eventually that will come into your life. The best thing you can do is hold the image, let go of it, and have full belief and faith that it is making its way to you by divine order, by divine law. And once your subconscious accepts these, let's say, images, these commands, these prayers in your mind, they will, like I said, they will start revealing themselves to you. And the thing is, if you're praying, you close your eyes and you pray, and then you hold an image of what you want in your life, you hold that image while you're, let's say, praying, it's going to come to your life a lot quicker, because you're displaying some sort of faith in what you're doing. Now, when you go on, let's say, NoFap/retention, your spiritual juice, your spiritual energy, basically the faith that makes you have any of these things possible, they will become a lot more prevalent. They will just be it will be a lot more obvious. Things will just be a lot more obvious. You're just gonna have more juice and power to try getting the things that you really want. And this will hold weight. This will definitely hold weight if you want it. Now, what's the best thing to do if you relapse and then you're on this? Well, if you relapse and then you try to do this, I mean, things will still come into your life. It may take a lot longer, because you have, let's say, blockage. There may be some resistance. You might not fully believe what you're asking for. Because the thing is, when you go on NoFap retention, like I said, confidence. If you pray with confidence, if you ask with confidence, if you ask with full knowledge that you're gonna get what you want, you practice 100% faith, there is no reason why it cannot come. It may take a while. There's this law of gestation where there has to be a waiting period, because the thing is, a held image in your mind goes to this thing called like a vortex. Any held thought, any held image, held thought goes into this thing called a vortex, an imaginary vortex. And then once your like focus is off of it, you're going about your day normally as you would normally. It will come into your life eventually. Now the waiting period could take a while, depending on what you're pretty much asking for. An example is like I just recollected this person that lived in my neighborhood when I was a little bit younger. I just remembered him, and then I was just like, let's say, thinking about him. I was just thinking about like, oh, I wonder what he's up to and stuff like that. I held that, and then a day later I was just scrolling through, let's say, Facebook, and then I saw the first thing that popped up on my newsfeed was his like profile. I was just like, wow, this is an example. Any held image, any held thought, any held, let's say, person, image, event, status, thing, whatever you were basically holding your thoughts to, good or bad, let's say, goes into this imaginary vortex, and then once you're just normally going about your business, it makes its way into your life, and this is how your life is basically being created. You are the co-creator of your reality. You're the co-creator. Your purpose is to co-create with the divine for the life that you really want. So I mean, the difference between, let's say, poverty and riches is the offspring of thought. The difference between how somebody in the same neighborhood could be, let's say, living in a mansion, and then the other person could be, let's say, being, let's say, homeless or something like that, is the commands that they put in their minds, is thoughts that they hold in their mind. I guess being let's say wealthy or well off, those people were living in that state way before they actually received those physical things. This is the secret. You have to live in that physical state you might have to, at the beginning, you really might have to be delusional a little bit. A lot of people, 95% of people, are very logical. Men are very logical. And if you're going to use logic into this, there's no way it could ever happen. You have to, let's say, intentionally think about specific things specifically. You can't let your mind just wander into anything and anything. It won't happen like this. You have to let your mind intentionally think about specific things that you want, and you have to hold that image, and eventually, like, your reality will mirror it if you keep holding the vibration, if you keep holding the thoughts. See, like I said, like, a lot of people, the people who lack faith, who are always worrying about where the next bill is going to come from, all this and things like that, they're practicing resistance. And if there's resistance, you're never really going to get what you want. That's the ego kind of carrying out your brain. Remember, we're all spiritual beings having a physical experience. So if you want to live like we're all spiritual beings having a physical experience. So I mean, it would be in your best interest to command things that you really want, live in that, hold that vibration, and then work steadily towards what you want, having full faith that it will come to pass. And the best thing is, at the beginning, is to start making making actions of someone who would already have the things that you want. You have to kind of work backwards, like someone who would say, have this. What did they do? What would they have done first to acquire this thing? And then you just keep working backwards from that. Make a list of how, let's say, they would have acquired it, and then you kind of just work your way up, if that makes sense. And like I said, like I said, no fat pretension. That helps you get what you want. It helps you It helps you get the things that you want a lot faster. There can be no more desire. Desire, like if you're desiring it, you're basically saying that you don't have it and it's not really making its way to your life. Also, if you're trying to, let's say, maybe like manifest, let's say, a specific person or something like that, I mean, it all starts with you. It really starts with you. You have to get it to the point where, let's say you held an image, and then eventually people who make, let's say, maybe remind you of them, they'll start showing up in your reality. They'll start showing up in your reality. And this is just signs that what you're getting to is getting closer to, what you want is getting closer to you. And like I said, I mean, when the opportunity presents itself, then you can like take action on it. You have to follow your intuition. You have to follow the nudges that you're getting. The subconscious knows everything. The subconscious knows how to get what you want. So you have to follow the subconscious. Realize that every single thing that happens to you is a step closer to getting what you want. You have to take everything as if it's like it's not really happening to you. They're all just specific things that are supposed to happen to get you closer to what you want. Thing is, you can't also give up, because if you give up, then it may not work. It could not work the 99 time, but the 100 time is when it could work. So just stick to the faith. Stick to the faith. Go on no fap. That helps you gain more confidence. Once you have more confidence, you start praying without ceasing. You just display a very high, 100% high level of faith and confidence in what you're doing, and then it's gonna come eventually. It's gonna come in divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing. So let's say if you're looking for a soulmate, somebody you could be with, you just have to hold that certain image in your mind, and then eventually people will pan out. Things will come closer into your life, into your reality. But all it is the thing is, you're never chasing anything. You're always holding a vibration, and it's coming to you. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe below, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.